everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to tell y'all about how I became a social media manager, or how I got my first job specifically. So to give y'all a little bit of background information, I came into the social media space with literally no experience really. I did have some skill sets with, photography, barely photography, we're talking autofocus, everything. I had a few skill sets about graphic design, and I know what looks good. That's one of the most important things with social media. It's not like the curly Q fonts that are all cheesy looking, maybe for like certain brands, I'm not sure, but it's not about stuff that looks cheesy and cliche. It's about knowing the trends beforehand and knowing what looks good. So basically knowing what looks good on Pinterest. I wanted to also say I don't have a degree at all. I just kind of went in with a little bit of experience, and I just tried as hard as I could, and that's how I got my first job. So my first social media management job was with a brand by the name of Lenny and Larry's. They are a pretty popular protein snack company. What had happened was before we moved to Los Angeles, I didn't tell my fiance or boyfriend at the time. I was applying to jobs in LA, and I just did, and we flew out here randomly. I'm surprised we could even afford it at that time, to be honest. And we came out here and I interviewed with them, and they really liked me. And then they didn't pick me for the job, actually. They didn't pick me for the job for Lenny and Larry's, and I moved to LA, and it was like a weekend. And I emailed the person I interviewed with, and I just said, hey, just following up, hope you're doing well. And they said, can you start on Monday? Here's your salary, and they gave me an offer. And that's how that happened. I randomly got the job. I think the person who interviewed for the job was probably waiting out a different interview. That's kind of the way they made it seem. She made Lenny and Larry's their second option. So I got the job. But let me tell you a little bit more about what happened in my interview. I went in, and first we had a couple of phone calls, and I explained to them everything, and they seemed to like me, and they wanted me to come in, but I have not much experience. I just have stuff that I made up. So what I presented to them was a binder, and this is totally not traditional. This is just me fighting for a position I really wanted. This isn't like what anyone will tell you in books and stuff about social media, or if you research it, no one will say this stuff. But I just got a portfolio binder. I was in LA for about a week to tour apartments and go to interviews and things like that. And I found different ideas that I had for Lenny and Larry's, and it was stuff that they had never done before, but it was a vision that I had that I didn't have the equipment to assemble. I didn't have the crazy camera equipment and stuff to piece it together, and I didn't know how to create certain images at the time. So I just pulled them from Pinterest. I pulled a couple of different ideas from their competitors. I showed different correlations that I saw. Their brand is really big with all their different products and all the different colors that go along with that. So I wanted to amplify that and play that up more, including a bunch of colors and what I saw for the brand and the giveaway possibilities, just all the possibilities. The way I explain it to a client is I look at their puzzle and which pieces are they missing, what can I add to, and what can I improve on. So that's what I told them in their interview. I wish I had that binder. I don't actually. I might have it. Hold on. Holy crap. I have it. I have a copy of it. This is what I presented. So, this is so awesome. Oh my gosh. So this is Lenny and Larry's on the front. They didn't want to work with influencers, and I don't know if they do now or not, but I presented to them some ideas I had for influencers that they should target. Different types of images, product shots, a shot of the product, real life, eating the product in real life and then a staged flat lay photos, Instagram videos. That is so funny. I don't know if I would use this at the time now, but this is some real life examples. I'm not really sure what I went with there, because I probably wouldn't have said that nowadays. These are some ideas, and this is literally very close to stuff that I created for them. I created a ice cream sandwich picture. I'll have to add it up for y'all. Oops. And then some more flat lays on white marble, but they do have more of a brighter color, so I don't remember if I used white marble for them. A bunch of different colors. I actually did stuff very similar to this for a different client that makes more of a fruity type of a product as opposed to a protein snack. Oh my gosh. And then I showed them flat lays. I don't think they had ever heard the word flat lay until, oops, there we go. I don't think they had ever heard the word flat lay until I showed them this stuff. Oh my gosh. I was that that smart then? I'm so proud of former new social media manager me. So what has already worked, I went through, is that an airplane? There's not even an airport over here. What has already worked, so I went through manually and I found the images for them that had already performed well on their account. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself for doing that when I didn't know anything. You totally should do this all the time, by the way. So you just look at what works, and what had worked was, what's the correlation there? People on their account, to be honest, are obsessed with like seeing a ton of cookies, like a ton of product. Like you can see this one and this one, it's just a ton of stuff, as opposed to one cookie. Blogs, I'm not sure where I went with that one. Memes. Oh, I did use one of these whenever I first started. So these are just memes. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's a reflection. Just memes about cookies and showing them how I wanted to bring like comedy into it. This was just a sample I created. See, this is just small ideas I had, and I explained to them, like, these are just ideas. And I did do kind of similar stuff to this, but you know, it's very simple. I mean, literally to make this, I stole this logo off the internet. This is just made, probably Adobe Illustrator, but you could probably make it in Canva or Studio Plus. They're both apps on your phone. You would have to add the logo probably separately, but that was super easy to make. Oh my gosh, I forgot I made these. So I made these just to kind of show the branding for them. Super easy to make, super simple. I mean, this takes like 5 seconds to make online. And then I had my resume, which I don't want to show y'all super up close because it has my old phone number and old email. But yeah, this is what I presented to them. I'm so happy I found this. That is so hilarious. So yeah, that is how I got my first job. I just showed them that I was willing to work hard, even though I might not have all these ideas or all this stuff to show them. Like nowadays, I could just show them my portfolio of social media content creation, but I just showed them like ideas I had. And I was also myself. For a lot of brands, especially really fun brands and colorful brands, they want the person on their team to be really friendly and really personable. So that also got me my job. That's one of the things that they did tell me, that my personality did get me my job. So keep that in mind. Don't go in there with a scowl on your face and unhappy and stuff like that. Just be yourself, and for me, it's just being really outgoing and friendly. So yeah, that's how I got my job. So I hope that was helpful for y'all. If you have any questions about social media management, please let me know. My course is coming out very soon, especially now that I have my new camera. I'm so excited. So it'll be, if you haven't heard, my course is How I Made 6 Figures as a Social Media Manager, and I am so excited. The purpose of my course is basically there are all of these social media jobs on the market for people, you know, you don't have a degree, 40, 50,000 if you have, and you don't have experience. If you have experience, we're talking 60 to the most I've ever seen is 120,000 for a salary position as a social media manager. No degree needed. So this is just a way that I think is super great and helpful. Right now I work remote. I make extremely great money to do what I do, and I'm just an expert at it. It's not super complicated. Just no one's teaching it. And the people that are no one's teaching it properly, and no one knows how to run bigger accounts. People know how to run like small businesses, side hustles, being a virtual assistant, doing it, but no one knows how to run the bigger accounts. So that is what my course is going to be on, because there is a ton of money to be made. And also, recruiters are literally stealing other people's social media managers. That's how bad it is right now. There's a hair. Sorry, guys. People are stealing other people's social media managers. I have a job that I love right now, and I have recruiters hitting me up once or twice a week about different positions for their competitors, for different people similar to Lenny and Larry's. That's how I left Lenny and Larry's. I was stolen from a competitor at the time when I didn't know really where I wanted to be. Also, something happened at Lenny and Larry's that I was just not very happy about, so I kind of wanted to leave anyway. But yeah, there are so many opportunities in social media management, guys. Come on. So if you're interested, let me know. You can message me. If you want to get a hold of me, message me on Instagram. It's usually the easiest way to get a hold of me, to be honest. So anyway, enough rambling. I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope this was helpful. See y'all next time.